Hi everyone, how are you all doing? It's been a little while. I've been quite busy the past couple of weeks, and this is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my video, thank you for stopping by. If you have been watching my videos, thank you so much for your support. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can continue to subscribe and share with your friends. So this video, we're going to talk about first a little update on myself, and then we'll move on to the new moon of Virgo. So first of all, the past couple of weeks I haven't been really here because I was in the process of relocating, and right now, if you don't know, this is the first time that is totally fine. So I was based in Hong Kong before for the past few years, and a few days ago I've just arrived Canada in Vancouver. So this is where I'll be staying and living in the next few years, or don't know how long. I mean, I don't know, maybe as a Sag, this is a thing with being a Sag rising. It feels like everywhere can be home, but also at the same time you don't know how long you'll stay, and in some way you're okay with it because you know that sometimes life happens and things just comes up and you tend to go with the flow. And yeah, this might be my forever home, this might not be, but at least for now I'll be based in Vancouver, Canada. So this is where I'll be. I'm still in the process of settling down and setting things up, so probably maybe in the very near future, maybe later in the month, you'll see the usual background coming up again. But right now I'm still just trying to settle down and fix everything. So yeah, this is my little life update. A very big decision, but it aligns with also what is happening in my own chart compared to the major transit that is happening, and that proves to me yet again how wonderful and useful astrology really is when it comes to helping ourselves to have a big picture idea of what might be happening in our life, in the world, and how can we prepare for it when it really shows up. So that is why I love what I do. I continue to share with you all and hope that it might be helpful to assist you on your journey of life. So yeah, back to the other major thing I want to talk about in this video, which is the some recent astrological updates and our full moon, our new moon in Virgo. So this new moon in Virgo is happening for us September 2nd, 6:55 p.m. Pacific time. Adjust the time according to where you are in the world. This Virgo new moon is happening at 11 degrees in the sign of Virgo. This new moon, we have, well, not exact, a pretty wide opposition with Saturn retrograding in Pisces. So there might be a feeling of needing to get serious, needing to get to feel, you might feel the responsibility of needing to do something in your life to get things in order, to prepare. And in the northern hemisphere where I'm living in, this is towards the end of summer. This is also the last season of summer. So during Virgo season, we might be tending to our own gardens, we might be retreating back from our summer holidays, especially if you're in school or maybe you took summer holidays off. This is where you're feeling that, okay, after holiday, it's time to get back into the game, get back into the work, to school, preparing for it, right? Slowing things a little down, preparing for the fall, right? Maybe the weather is also getting cooler, which is true in where I am. So taking out the jackets and doing some decluttering and cleaning, preparing for cooler weathers, and so on and so forth. Also, the ruler of this new moon, which is Mercury rules Virgo, just stationed direct recently on, depending where you are in the world, 28, 29. So we are feeling that energy of, maybe something was stalled. Maybe we might have a little roadblock previously from Mercury retrograde. We might have some things that we need to redo, rethink all the REs during Mercury retrograde. And now, part 3 of Mercury retrograde journey, which is when Mercury station direct and retracing all the degree points where it retrograde. This is the time where you might be finding your clarity, answer, solution, and so on and so forth. This might be the time you can get back to it, fix it, or fine-tune something, redo something, and so on and so forth. So that might be the case for some of us as well. This new moon, like I said, is ruled by Mercury, and so we will still have some post-shadow energy. So still keep in mind with all those Mercury retrograde hiccups that you might experience. This post-shadow, the part 3 of Mercury retrograde journey, will end in the mid-September, September 12th. That is when Mercury will retrace all the degree points where it retrograde, gain full speed back, and traveling back in the normal full speed. So in the next little less than 2 weeks, still pay attention to all the Mercury retrograde things. And like I just said, now this might be the time where you are in your part 3 of your Mercury retrograde, receiving answer, solution, clarity that you need to move forward with things that needing you to tend to or go back again during your Mercury retrograde. And during this time, on the same day, during this Virgo new moon, the ruler, Mercury, is also having a square with Uranus. This is the third and final square that Mercury and Uranus have because Mercury was retrograde. So the first time we had it was around July 21st, and the second one was August 18th. So you can think back and see what was happening around that time. What were you thinking, doing, processing during those times? Because this is the third and final square. So Uranus is that planet of sudden changes and shift, revelation, realization, innovation, electricity, and all those like sudden changes. Kind of feel out of hand because sometimes things just happen and it's out of your hand, out of your control, but they happen for a reason, right? So today might feel like it again. And for some, this is the final time. So you might be finally knowing why that sudden change happened for you, or what is that sudden information bringing in for you. You can finally see it now, like, this is what it meant. Or I finally know why this sudden change had to happen in life. Maybe this is to help you move through something in life, help you understand a situation, or so on and so forth. So everyone is different depending on your human story. So see what that might mean for you. But also on the same day, Uranus is stationing retrograde. So during those stationing, when an outer planet stations retrograde or direct, we tend to feel it more heavily. That is when the power is stronger. So today we are definitely feeling that Uranian energy, and since it's squaring Mercury, the planets of the way we process information, with social media, news, and so on and so forth, is also squaring each other during this new moon, and Mercury rules new moon. So this might be extra potent, especially if Mercury is your chart ruler, your time lord, and so on and so forth. So watch out for the news, be aware. I'm sure we will see some shocking headlines. Something shocking might happen in your life as well, and if that is the case, be aware and see what that might mean for you. Maybe there's a bigger reason behind it all. We might not see it just yet. But take care of yourself today if that is the case, and pay attention to the news and see what happens as well. So since Uranus is stationing retrograde, we'll talk a little bit about it. Like I said, Uranus is that planet of sudden change, electricity, that changes and shift that is out of our control. Sometimes it talks about aha moments, realization, revelations, innovation. So during this time, you might be during the next few months until end of January next year, we are working with this Uranus retrograde energy. So during Uranus retrograde, maybe things will come back up or things will come up to allow ourselves to see something. Like I said, Uranus might cause some rash decision, rash conversation, communication before. During this retrograde period, maybe this is the time where you are realizing, oh, maybe I said yes, said no too quickly, and I'm rethinking the decision I'm making right now. Maybe there are decisions I need to rethink, regroup, reevaluate, and do something about it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, said that, but it happened, and now I need to work with the result, or I need to redo something, reevaluate something because of that, right? Or maybe something is needing your attention because you're not doing it, because you're not wanting to budge, change. So Uranus retrograde is going to pull those things out. It's like, well, I think we gotta look at it. I think it's time to really do something about it. Things will be brought up to the forefront for you to see, things that need you to make some kind of changes and shift. You will finally see it. Uranus might, bring it up in a surprise way, or maybe things will just happen that you have to make a decision. You have to do something about it. That might be that as well. Everyone is a little bit different. So see where Taurus is in your chart, because this is where Uranus is. What house is ruled by Taurus? What are the stories and topics in that house? You might be working with those stories in the next few months as well. And another aspect that is happening for us during this new moon is Mars in Gemini is squaring Neptune in Pisces. So this can be a very confusing brain fog energy, not knowing what is true, what is real, what is fake, not knowing what action to take. You feel like you're a little bit blinded in the fog. You don't know which way to go. You feel like you can't really move forward just yet. Some of us can feel extra tired and just don't feel motivated to do anything, or feel like there's this invisible block or pull that is pulling us from doing what we need to do. So you might be feeling that as well, and if that's the case, take it slow. Not everybody is feeling the same energy. You have to see how this new moon impact your chart, but this is another aspect that is happening during this new moon. One last thing I want to talk about this new moon is that around the same time, Pluto is going to retrograde, Pluto is retrograding already. Pluto is going to retrograde back into Capricorn and hovering at this 29 degrees in Capricorn one last final time in our lifetime, because it will not come back in Capricorn again in another 280 years. So this is big. This is your final aha, final hurrah, final trip of Pluto in Capricorn, and this will be with us for the next 3 months. So take a look and reflect and see how has this Pluto and Capricorn journey is for you the past 15-16 years since 2008. Maybe there's one last look, one last final transformation, things that Pluto need you to see, because you're still not seeing it, you're still not doing it, or maybe you have been, and Pluto is delivering you one last piece of information, lesson, experience, so on and so forth. So use this final 3 months to really look at your Pluto and Capricorn story chapter that you've been working with for the past 15-16 years. It might be a subtle things that is changing, transforming, and evolving for you over the past 15 years. And now during this final chapter, everything is coming together. You're seeing a different version of yourself. You have been transforming, changing, evolving. So everyone is different again. So take a look and see which house is ruled by Capricorn. That is your story and topic. That might be the theme you have been working, transforming throughout the past decade, more than a decade or so. See what that happens, what that might mean for you, and you'll be working with this energy one last time, so make it count. So that is the overall energy of this Virgo new moon. It seems like a quiet new moon, and it is in some way, but everything that is happening around it and outside of it is a little loud and chaotic. So take care of yourself, take care of your energy, be gentle with yourself if you're experiencing any or all of these energies. And I hope this message helps. Again, feel free to comment below, connect with me if you want to. If you want any personal readings, consultation, I offer astrology, tarot, akashic records reading consultations. I do distant healing with reiki and sound. So if you're interested, contact me below, information in the description box. Follow me on my social media, my IG. I do live sometimes, so I'll love to connect with you there as well. In the meantime, happy new moon in Virgo. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next time.